Hey y'all, thanks for joining me tonight on my second video, or vlog I should say. Tonight we're going to talk about loofahs. And these are the strange things that you can find in the bath area at Walmart or at the Body Works, wherever you get your sponges, basically. Like, instead of getting the loofahs that are made out of a meshiness, that are machine made, basically, these are your natural loofahs. They do grow on a vine, and this is basically what it looks like and once you peel it. But they do grow on a vine, and this is what they will look like on the vine. You can get them at a smaller size when they're younger, and you can eat them. They taste basically like, what is it? Zucchini. My brain is not wanting to work with me right now. I'm tired. But they taste like zucchini. They have the same texture skin-wise as zucchini, the same texture inside-wise as zucchini. They even have a zucchini smell to them. So if you can't grow zucchini in your regular garden space-wise, I say plant some loofahs and just take them when they're young, and you can have zucchini that way. Well, alternatives. But you want to take them off the vine whenever they've gotten a little bit of a yellow to them. I did let a few go on the vine till they were dry, like this. And then the only problem I found, though, was when I did harvest them when they were that color and thinking that they were nice and dry, I ended up finding that they were rotted on the inside. So I don't know necessarily if that's from the humidity of being in a southern area, climate-wise, or if they just were bad. So get them like this whenever they're yellow, and you can set them in a nice, cool, dry location. They will start to get a little discolored as they go. That's also them drying out. It's kind of their little stages. You can see some of the yellowish tinge to them. So they're just drying as they go, and eventually they will get to this color. You can also tell that they're dry because they sound like maracas. I got these seeds from a really good friend, and she gave me a little small packet of them. She was like, make sure that you're cautious with them. She's like, because they are an invasive plant. I was like, all right. So I planted 3 of them. So this is what their seed looks like. There you go. Yeah. So it's just a little small seed. So you just have to plant it, and it will just take off. I've got pictures. I'll load them in the video. Try to see if I can overlay them over this part of the video, so that way you can just see the pictures and also hear the audio. But they done really good. I didn't have any from seed that died. I transplanted them out into my garden, put them on a trellis, and they just took off. They took over the whole fence area where I had them trellised. They took over the little gazebo thing that I was using as a cat deterror to protect the garden. They were everywhere. So I ended up continually harvesting, and I got a slew of them. So some of them also came out a lighter tone. So there's the 2 tones that they've got. This one I've not cut down, but you can cut them to different lengths, different things, depending upon what you're wanting to use them for. So this is basically the inside. So what the loofah is the skeletal part of the loofah plant. But you can use this if you make homemade soaps. You can cut them nice and thin like this, and you can pour your soaps over a little circular molds and have a nice little loofah in the middle of your soap. I've even seen some people where they make the soap in like the square molds, and then they stick this kind of like down into it, so it's kind of like this right here. So soap's here on this part, and then the loofah's sitting up at the top, so people can have like a body scrub with their soap happening. I use these in the bathroom to scrub off the dead skin cells. I also use it in the kitchen to wash dishes with. It works wonders when it comes to getting things off of your cast iron. Instead of using one of the squares that are like chainmail, you could use a loofah. And what's really cool about this is that once it gets to where you're like, all right, I gotta get rid of it, instead of tossing it in your trash can like you would a typical sponge, you can toss it into your compost pile and it will decompose. So you're putting basically everything back into the earth that you have taken away from it. So that's one really cool thing, is that it is biodegradable. And let's see what else. Yeah, so I'll show you kind of like what you have to do to begin with. Oh, and I think I did tell y'all about the the bleach water. If you don't want them to be their natural shape, or not shape, their natural color, you can put them in bleach water. I personally prefer the natural approach because I don't like using too many chemicals. So I basically go with what I got, what the Lord gave us. So when you're ready to take these and pull the outer layer of skin off of them, you just crunch them. A nice squeeze. Basically, you're just breaking that shell. Oh, and I'm going to show you inside this little bowl here. So, all of those seeds there were from one loofah. So, and you will get a ton of seeds. You can share them with people. If you want to sell them, you can sell them. Whatever you want to do with them. Just warn people that they are invasive. So they will take over everything. So, got a little trash can area over here that I put all our, oh no, I'm losing my seeds. Oh, by the way, don't put the seeds in your compost pile. They will take over. I've made that mistake, sadly. And I do have some seedlings coming up that I have to keep ripping out of the compost pile. Because I did have some loofahs that just got rotted on the vine, and I'm like, I don't want to have that, so I just tossed it into the compost pile, not thinking anything about it. Alright, got a couple still here. But, here, it does make a mess a little bit when you're peeling them, so do it outside. It's cold right now, and I'm southern with thin blood, so I'm sitting at my kitchen table. So you just peel it back. Sometimes you can catch these little, there you go, the pieces, and it'll kind of peel it in little strips. But you want to just keep peeling it like this until you get all of it peeled off, and then it will look like this, or like this. And then you'll take a knife. I prefer the serrated blades for this, and then you just cut them to size. Trying to be easy on my video length here, since YouTube only allows so much. So yeah, so we're gonna stop here with this one, and I'll do this one off camera. But I do want to show y'all about how to cut them, so we don't run out of time. So I'm just going to take this one here. Nice serrated knife. Same one I use for my lemons. And you just want to measure how far you want to go in. I have seen people where they do cut them down the center here, kind of like a long ways. So I can get you see it. Alright, so basically you can cut it this way. There we go. You can cut it like this, and you can get like a hemp thread, and you can sew along it and make the rectangular. That's probably not the safest way to do that, but oh well. But you can make a rectangular sponge if that's kind of like what you're wanting to get, is like a traditional sponge like you could get at the grocery store. So you just take it and then you're just gonna sew up these edges here. So yeah, and some of the seeds, so I can get this angled here, some of the seeds do get caught on the inner section. So the only thing I've found that really helps to get those out are like hitting it against the ground. So on my back porch, I'll throw it against the ground. Another thing that I have tried that was kind of interesting was tossing them in the dryer and letting them go through like a dry mode and opening the dryer door and there being a bunch of seeds in there too. So yeah, you can do it that way as well. But I wanted to jump on here and kind of give y'all a little video about loofahs tonight and kind of share all that little bit of tidbit of knowledge that I've got for that one. So if you didn't know where your loofahs came from when you bought them at the store, they do grow on a vine. They are not a ocean animal. So yeah, if you liked the video that you saw tonight, give me a thumbs up. If you want to share it with other people, I would greatly appreciate that. And if you've not subscribed already, if you could just hit that subscribe button for me, I would greatly appreciate that as well. Alright, well y'all have a blessed night and a great week. And we'll be coming with you, or to you, with some more videos hopefully this week. I'm trying to get at least 4 to 5 put out a week. Being a newbie, I want to make sure that I can get as much information out and hopefully be able to grow the channel. But yeah, y'all have a blessed one. Bye.